Hi Aquarius, this is Mimi with Divinations by Mimi. Welcome to your February 15th through the 28th, 2017 Tarot and Oracle reading with a little bit of astrology thrown in as well. In terms of astrology, Aquarius, you are a fixed sign of air. You are logical, rational, you're about clear communication. And very much the energy that you see in the news at the moment is an Aquarian energy, activism, um, the support and encouragement and help of the other. You definitely are the other. In fact, you're in direct opposition with Leo, which is all about the will. You are actually about the relationship to the other. So this activism that you're seeing out there is definitely you. Now let's see, looking on the 15th, we still have the sun in your sign. We still have some Aquarian birthdays here, so if it is your birthday, happy birthday. And soon that will be moving into Pisces, of course, and the Pisces birthdays will start. In addition to that, when your ruling sign is Uranus, and Uranus is a very unpredictable energy, which Aquarians can tend to be. Uranus at the moment is in Aries, along with Mars, and your ruling planet Uranus is in a direct opposition with Jupiter. Jupiter is in Libra. Libra is the ruler of the 7th house, which is relationships. So he's the diplomat, how you're getting along with the other. So that said, with Uranus, the planet of unpredictability, in opposition with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, in the house of Libra, or the 7th house of relationships, you can expect things to change, possibly abruptly. And with Mars at home in Aries, possibly very quickly. So this could mean you get unexpected proposals. And on the other side, you could get unexpected breakups. It could mean that, I don't know, maybe you decide suddenly to adopt, or your partner brings home a puppy. Things like this, things as it relates to family, and actually and activism as well, because Libra is about diplomacy in relation to the other, which is very much in line with you, and justice, which is very much in line with you in the activism. There's an element of that as well. So it could affect, again, if you look at the news, there's so much happening politically right now that you are attuned to. This is your element. You could be feeling that energy very strongly too. All right. We also have in Pisces Neptune and Chiron. Soon we'll have the sun. This is a very fluid energy. As I was saying, in Aries, we have a lot of planetary activity. And I think that's, the only other thing to make note of is we collectively, at this point in time and space, are learning from the North Node in Virgo. South Node is what we come into this incarnation with. North Node is what we need to learn to actually have made use of this incarnation. So the North Node is in Virgo. So right now at this time and space collectively, there's something that's Virgoian, if that's a word, that we need to learn. We need to learn possibly the critical analyzing nature of Virgo, the organizing, compartmentalizing nature of Virgo. Perhaps there's something about the overly critical and judgmental nature that Virgo can have, the shadow side of Virgo, that we need to look at as well. And that can make sense in the world stage as it relates to your activity, the activism. It's very easy to get preachy. It's very easy to burn out on all of this energy. So keep that in mind. All right, so enough with the astrology. Let's get into some tarot. For you, I'm using the, what is this one? Is this the Universal Rider? I can't remember if this is the, this is the Universal Rider-Waite. There were two recolorations. One was the Universal, and I think one was the Radiant. This is the Universal Rider-Waite, which was the illustrations that were originally by Pamela Cole Smith have been enhanced by Stephanie Hansen Roberts, I think is her name. I'm sorry if I've got her first name wrong. And what she did is she added volume to the original illustrations on the Rider-Waite Smith deck. So we're going to do a 3-card spread. This is based on the top of the Tree of Life. It's a supernal triangle, which consists of Keter, Hokmah, and Binah. But in our situation, this is going to represent the superconscious, the conscious, and the subconscious. We will use the Sacred Geometry cards for the Visionary Path Oracle for any clarifications. Those are all about the various formations that the 5 platonic solids can make and what those messages can mean with color and shape. Because remember, the universe speaks to us, as Carl Jung surmised, that the universe speaks to us in allegory and form and color and pictures and symbols. So pay attention, even if it doesn't appeal to your rational, logical mind, Aquarius. In fact, I always know if I've asked someone what their zodiac sign is and they say stop, I know I'm talking to an Aquarius. Because they don't usually buy into this. But if you're watching, you obviously do. So let's take a look. Whoa. Okay, well, the Hierophant popped out. Superconscious. In reverse, mind you. I've got the 9 of Pentacles and the conscious mind. And the subconscious, we actually got 2. So I'm going to take that as it is. Okay, superconscious, obviously that's spirit. If you are the Aquarius that most of you tend to be, just consider this the collective unconscious, the shared images, allegories, themes that we as humanity have shared for the last 2,000 years. I'd say we feel the residual effects of that. You know, the stuff that we see in our dreams that everybody seems to have around the world. That's in your superconscious mind. So superconscious, this is actually right up your alley. The Hierophant in reverse. So the Hierophant upright is Taurus's card, and it's very much about established institutions, the church, universities, old school stuff, monarchies, things of that nature, long-standing institutions and structures. When you get it in reverse, it's a feeling of bohemia. It's a feeling of release of that. So Spirit is actually reminding you that, and I'm surprised it's having to remind you of this, but Spirit is communicating to you the very nature of spirit, the collective unconscious, humanity, nature, on a macrocosmic and microcosmic level, is fluid. It is bohemian. It changes every day. And this changed perspective on what is right, what is moral, what is good, is something that's in the air right now and is being communicated to you. Actually, this makes a whole lot of sense because it's reminding you of your nature, because your energy is what's being employed at the moment, big time, with all the activism occurring. Now, in the consciousness, this is super conscious, so this is the head cheese telling you, if you want to call it that, if you want to be funny. Or I call it spirit, the God source, Keter, the top of the tree of life. In the conscious mind, we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. In the upright, it is about abundance. It is about the pictures of a woman. She has accumulated these pentacles through work, through honing her craft. She's enjoying the fruits of her labor. She is alone, but she is enjoying the physical manifestations of her work and her wit. Okay. In reverse, there is a feeling of not feeling quite so connected to the physical trappings of the world. And I think this is what's on your mind at the moment. And I think collectively, this is what's in the Aquarian energy, activist energy. There's sort of a reassessing of what means stability, right? What means stability? What is structure? What is institution? What is moral? What is amoral? And what means security? What does that actually mean? Do some people have too much and not enough of others? Now the subconscious mind is telling you that you're recognizing the fact that there is a lack. There is a serious imbalance of power and an imbalance of wealth in the world. This is the 5 of coins or pentacles. In the Thoth deck, this is called worry. In reverse, it means that the subconscious is reminding you that let go of this feeling of lack and of worry. Because again, if we connect and align ourselves with divine energy, with the true source of everything, there never is lack or worry, because this is all manifested things that we're worried about. And anything manifest is temporary. In addition to this area, and I think this is a lesson for you right now because your energy is being employed with all of the cultural, political activity that's happening in the world right now, and astrologically. This is oppression. That's the 10 of Swords. You see he's carrying these swords all on his own, so much so. There's so many that are weighing him down, hunching his back. He can't even see where he's walking. Now just ahead looks like a home, a destination where he can go and rest and relieve himself of this weight that he's carrying. I believe this is the subconscious reminding you that yes, there is a need for activism. Yes, there is a need to right the wrongs in this world. It is important that you do not lose, and I think I had this, you had this in some form in the early part of February's reading, I'm sure of it. Reminding you, please do not expend your energy completely to the point where you are depleted, because a bucket that's empty has nothing to share. And I know that what you want to do is share. You want to make change. You want to move this you want to change, you know, what Spirit is telling you, change this dynamic. Change this dynamic so there's equity. But if you take on too much to the point where it's not really rational, it's moving beyond what you understand as logical and rational, you will deplete yourself, you will run out of energy, you will burn out, and that's no good. That doesn't help anyone at all, so including you, and you are important. You can't go on to fight the good fight if you're not well, if you have no gasoline in the engine, or your solar panel's not fully loaded, since we're working on progression here. Let's get some clarification. I think that's pretty clear. Let's get some clarification on the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I'm pretty sure I've got that right in connection with a reassessment of what you got. Make sure you're not feeling guilty for what you've got too. As you take on the weight of the world, which is, you know, the nature of your sign in terms of change and helping the other, do make sure that you're not robbing yourself of resources and energy. And it does no good to feel guilty for the things that you've been blessed with, because you're making adjustments and changes to change that balance of power and change that balance of wealth. All right, so get some clarification on this Nine of Coins in reverse. What does Aquarius need to know consciously? He's thinking, oh, well, that just told us, didn't it? We got 33, Pele's summons. So let's see what that's about. This may mark a time when you will make decisions that change the fundamental nature of the way that you live. It could indicate a time of regenerating, of renewing faith. Oh, imagine that. Of renewing faith, of finding your personal truth. Conversely, this card may help you realize that the truth that is most important to you is the very essence of the life you are already living. Yeah. This is a summons to excellence and the renewal of your personal truth. So what I'm getting from this is, what you already have is not something to feel guilty about. This is about what you have. And a feeling with the lack that's in the world, I get it. The imbalance of power and the imbalance of wealth, I get that. There are people that have so little, I understand. But your soul contract, your incarnation had you living the life that you have. So there's no need to feel guilty about it. Your truth is this person. Your truth is this person. Your truth is the fighter, the organizer, the activist for change, for the better of all. So that said, don't feel guilty about it, because that's wasted energy, right? Don't use your energy inefficiently. You know, make sure that you're being careful about these resources that you have. And remember your truth. Your truth is here. This card is telling us to remember that your truth is in the right place. You are unearthing, you are changing the very dynamic of the way we think about morals, structure, security, who should be in charge and who shouldn't. So you're already on that path. That's your nature. No need to feel guilty about what you were gifted with in this lifetime. You must have done something in a previous life to make that happen. So the important thing is that the guilt and the overworking of yourself doesn't deplete you of energy. Because Spirit is telling you that the air is there, the time is there to, revolution is happening, okay? Just what you love, right? You're honest. Anything can happen. Whoa, let's change things up. Well, it's happening. It's definitely happening. Okay, I hope this helped. Aquarius, it's always a pleasure talking to you. If you found any questions on this, if you found anything unclear on this, or you have any questions about it, please feel free to leave your questions or comments in the comment section below. If this was a general reading, so if you feel as though it didn't resonate with you and you would like to have something more tailored to you, please feel free to email me at the email address in the description box below. We can set up a time where we can do a reading for you specific to your question or your needs or your chart, depending on what you're looking for. Okay, that's all I have to tell you. This one was a little bit shorter, not quite as verbose as the others. Again, if I don't hear from you before the beginning of March, just watch out for that 26th solar eclipse. There's a lot of energy around that. I'll see you at the beginning of March, and you take good care and, you know, watch how you're expending that energy. Make sure you're taking care and replenishing yourself. All right, take care, Aquarius.